Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. What we're discussing on today is moving to Asia. No, you guys, I am not moving to Asia. No time soon. But what I have found in looking at videos and everything, there are a lot of African Americans that are actually moving to Asia. In my study or my search to find out why, there were pretty much a lot of the same reasons as to why people are moving to Asia. There are opportunities for advancement and other things that the Asian culture is adapting from Black Americans. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I found in looking at the videos of Blacks moving to Asia. They're actually moving to all parts of Asia. Some are moving to Korea, some are moving to China, some are moving to Thailand, and some are moving to Singapore, but they are moving there. Many of the people, the majority of the people that were interviewed in this particular documentary were Blacks. And they were Blacks who live in Asia and in several different parts of Asia. And one of their reasons, and the main reason for them moving to Asia, was because more than anything, Asia by far is safer than where they actually hail from. Some of them hail from the UK, some of them hail from the United States, some of them hail from Canada, some of them hail from all over the country, all over the world. But they honestly feel like they are in a safer place in being in Asia. Particularly spoke of falling asleep in his home. He's actually been in Asia for well over 25 years. He is a very accomplished newscaster and journalist, and he spoke of falling asleep with his door wide open, waking up the next day to find that nothing in his house had been bothered. Everything is in the same exact place, was in the same exact place that it was actually in when he went to bed. Another person spoke of how it was nice to freely be able to walk around and not feel because your skin was a darker color than what others' skin was that you would be targeted. Now, they did say that sometimes some of the Asians will say, "Ooh, your skin is really dark." Ooh, yeah, because it's an Asian country. Most of the people that are there are lighter complected. They did also mention that when people give you ugly looks and stares and things of that nature, the best thing to do is put your earphones in your ear and don't even pay them any mind, and everything goes on as you have had planned. They don't pick on you. People have been pulled over by police, but a lot of them don't walk in the fear as they do in the United States and other countries of quote unquote driving, walking, and just being Black. One man spoke of the fact that he had never been robbed in Asia. No matter what time he traveled, no matter what time he went out, there are women who actually leave clubs at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and can walk home and get on subways type transportation by themselves and not be harmed in those larger cities. But to be able to get in a car, a Uber, or a Lyft or something like that at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and not feel as if you're going to be harmed or damaged, that's a pretty good darn feeling, right? So they say that when they are stopped by the police, they don't feel the immediate need to start explaining why they're out at that time of night, or they don't feel the immediate need to say, "Oh my God, I'm getting pulled over by an Asian police officer. Let me go ahead and put on my armor." They tend to just leave their house, dress the way they are without a fear, because honestly speaking, the people in Asia treat them as if they are Asians. Everybody is going around operating and doing things, living their own life, and not being concerned about what one person is doing. Unless, of course, I'm sure if there's something where somebody is producing or inflicting harm on another. The biggest difference about Asia, many people said, is that The UK is not physically safe, nor is the US. But Korea is physically safe. You can go about anywhere and not risk being harmed. As I said, you can walk around at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, male or female. One person mentioned the most harmful thing that they experienced was being pickpocketed, okay? I know here in the United States, here in California, if that's all you have to worry about, you don't have nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, kind of going a little off TikTok, I was on a prayer call this morning, and when I was on a prayer call, I was asked to include this one lady in prayer. She actually lives in the state and the city that I used to live in. She was hijacked. They stole her car, her purse, and everything else, jewelry and everything else for her. Now, she got away with her life, but this is a city I lived in that I thought was safe. You know what I'm saying? So everyone says it's just safe to walk around in Korea, and that's one of the reasons that a lot of people like to go there. I had actually considered, my husband and myself, actually moving to Korea. I was considering moving to Korea to do teaching. You can obtain a very good living in Korea by going to Korea and teaching the young children in school English, and you can get paid very well. Some of the programs that they actually have, they offer a good pay, they offer you a place to stay, and sometimes if you are coming by yourself and not with a significant other, you can end up roommating with people and sharing the cost of the apartment or the house or whatever the place is that you're going to actually be moving. In general, Korea is safer. It's safer. It's just a better place to be. One guy mentioned, sorry guys, it's my cough drop, that his black skin is never in danger because of how he looks being in Korea, being in Asia. Isn't that weird? Granted, we here in the United States have been told for centuries and years and years and years how good or how bad the Black American person was. Okay? We know the history, and it has a negative condensation. In Korea, gratefully, they are not privileged to be taught that information. So instead of them being taught that blacks are bad, they literally give you a chance to come to Korea, bring your gifts, bring your jewels, bring your talents to Korea and build there. Singapore, there was a gentleman who lived in Singapore, and he said living in Asia and any part of Asia is a very good mental healing, because instead of living in the States or the UK where our brown skin causes a lot of problems for people, in Singapore it's almost celebrated. If you think about it, there are several people who do dancing, several people who do singing. I believe I watched a show last week where there was a little young girl. I would say she was probably about 9 or 10 years old, and she was dancing. Let me tell you something. She did not get that type of dancing from an Asian. That type of dancing that she was doing was hip hop, and she got it from a Black American. So we bring something. And that's the thing that I want to say to people. Never allow anybody, I don't care whether you are in the UK, whether you are in Africa, whether you're in the United States, wherever you are, never allow anybody to dictate to you who you are, to dictate what you bring to the table based on the color of your skin. It doesn't matter, okay? We just have rich melanin. That's all it means. It just means that our melanin is just a little bit darker. And might I say, a lot of bit beautiful a whole bunch of beautiful, because I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't change this caramel or whatever color I am. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. So the only problem that a lot of people say that they experience in Asia is that sometimes the Asians can say, "Ooh, you really dark." I literally seen a teacher who teaches in Asia go and was teaching a lot of students in Asia. I seen her teaching the students, they were girls at a girls' school. And I heard them asking her, could they touch her hair? Because her hair texture is different. But this one guy on the documentary said that someone said, "Ooh, you're really dark." And he didn't mean any harm. All he was saying was that in Asia, they don't have dark skin like we do. Now, there are some Asians. I've seen some Asians that have been darker than me. Okay, I'm quite sure I've seen some Asians and Indians and others that have been darker than you. But if all we have to worry about is someone commenting that our skin is really dark, as opposed to being shot and killed because our skin is dark, as opposed to being followed around the store because our skin is dark, as opposed to being or given a negative condensation because our skin is dark, I take it any day compared to being thrown to the ground and mistreated for the color of my skin. Why are more blacks moving to Asia? Because Asia is very accepting of Black Americans. Thank you so much for tuning in to Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to be reminded of all of the videos I upload. I am participating in Vlogmas, and I will be bringing a lot of videos out for you guys to take a look at, a lot of videos out for you guys to expound on and to ask me questions about. If you want me to check something out, news stories, if you want me to find some things to look into, go ahead and hit me up. I'll put my email down at the bottom of the screen and I'll take a look at it and bring to you what it is that I can find out. Thank you so much. You all be blessed, be encouraged, but more than anything, be strengthened, because you matter and you are loved. I'll talk to you all real soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.